come back here. Oops. Here. And here. Okay. I might need a little bit in here. It depends on how you want to do beards. You can probably leave it as is, or you can take a small T-wool, either a small round or a V. I like taking my V and just put some twists. And make sure we try to do the same thing with the cuts, kind of. But we don't want parallel lines either. That's another thing we're going to do, is we're going to redo what we just cut and go a little deeper. And here. Right here. Right here. And if it gets too parallel, you just got to cross like that. Here's got too parallel, just kind of cut across to break it up. And I want to go towards the side of the head with this. Now I want to come back, I want to clean what I did with the knife. I did that there. Just give it a good clean. Okay, come back. Come down. Now some of them, I'm going to leave that too like this. Some of them I would take a knife and do some undercutting. You can if you want. I'm going to leave that on this. Leave that alone and not do that. Down. Coming back, I think I did those. Did I? Okay, now take my knife. Start cleaning them up. Oops. Where's my V again? We got over here. We'll come back to that. Oh, and where's my V? Get the stash. And the place that looks too clean, or too clean. I cut this down to size here. Okay, now that I got it relatively clean, what am I going to do about this tassel before we get to the eyes? Well, all right, the tassel pencil. I'm going to come down here. As a matter of fact, it's going to come down. I think there's way too much wood. And then we want a second. And then from there is when we'll tassel out. We'll have it tassel down, pardon me. Not out, but down. So what we want to start with is this. And that little holding thing is, oh, oops, careful. Ooh, got him in the head there. Oh, where's my Drake? Where's my Drake on this? We didn't have to before because this is a rough on. Rough on doesn't have that much wood bushing. This is a number 2. About 10-ish, 15-ish, 12-ish. Clean some of that. All right, bring this in. Wrong way. And let's get a bigger crease in there. V-tool. Oh, that's not my V. V-tool. Here. 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 Some good separation going on here. go my glove. Here. 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 Now it depends on how much fez we want to have out. Now I'll have a little dent here. Dent here. Dent here. Put some roughness into it. Bring this down a little more. Okay. Where does it begin? Okay, take a little more off. Take a little more on this top off because I want it to go down. There we go. There we get. I have to redo the fur on that, or his beard, pardon me. Now, like I said, this is going to be like it's going to come out and yet down. Out and down. I'll begin with a V, or a larger V, that is. Some smaller cuts. Oops, I was going to chip that away. Okay, that just needs some cleaning up. But instead, I want to get to the eyes. I want to get some good separations going on here. I think I missed the boat on this separation here. Quite a bit of cleaning, quite a bit of adjusting. All right, I want to start into the eyes here. Let me ready for it now that I got this area kind of out of the way here. I think I might need just a little bit more shrinking on this side. I think if I were to take that pencil mark out of there. That might help. Okay, where's my pencil? My mechanical pencil. Mechanical. And still trying to get that line straight. All right, I'm going to put the line here, 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 and here. And there's too much lead in there, so it's going to be kind of difficult. I mean, I could kind of see it, but I think it's a little difficult for you to see it. All right, I'll be needing my this guy here, my detailing knife. Now, where are we? Coming a little closer. Well, let's bring the light a little closer too. So right here, I want to get in. Not too much shade, I guess, for you to see. I'm just going to draw the eye. I want to draw the eye. I'm going to dig kind of deep here. I'm going to dig deep here. Turn this around. Dig a little deep here. And here. All right, I want to pick that out of there. I'm doing this without my visor, so I hope it comes out all right. Bring this around. Take this out. Out. Take this out like that. Then we'll bring this up and then from the top go down because you want the bottom part to be more in than the top part, because since your pupil is going to be right there, therefore there's more roundness at the bottom. See here and here. I think see that this ear, this side might be a little smaller. In there. Not too shabby. Now what I want to do is, by taking some of the pencil marks off and some of the fur out of there, by doing that it brings the eye so you can see, well you could if this light was alright. Same over here, taking pencil mark and making it more three-dimensional. Also, oh, I get something in the back of my throat really dry while I am looking for my tiny, where is my small that I just had. Oh, where'd it go? Oh, right here. Now my tiny number 11. So I'm taking pencil marks off and I'm rounding the eye at the same time. If there's anything that's not right, we'll come back to it later. And get in there. All right, it says he's an older man. Well, oops, don't bury it. Just don't bury the sides. Just there you go. I'm gonna have to fix that. Got too deep. That's too deep. I'll have to work on it when I do detailing. Or not detailing, when I'm cleaning up. Where's my brush? I think I need to color code most of this stuff. Now I gotta reach for my small. It's about the only time I ever use this tiny. I can tell that I gotta do a little more on this. I think that's a little better. I'll come back to it later. My little put your little eyelid in. Upper eyelid. Now I'm going to create just a little bit here like this. Now I'm not trying to make him angry. Flip that over, get out of there. Pull this out. Round tool again. Take that out of there, which is not coming out because the forehead. Now I want to get the eyebrow bone in. There. Now I get this cut. Cut there. The hair in there, and then kind of around this a little bit. It is really, holy smokes, come on, get out of there. Wow, get out of there. Come on. There we go. All right. Now I'm going to pull this back a little bit now that the forehead is done. Actually, the face is done. Well, I got to do something to the nose here in a second. I want to bring just more of a cone, like it's a oops. Okay, other than some little bit of adjustments, I don't want that too big after looking at that. Giving too much of the Herman Munster look. Where's my little V? I didn't put away good. A little bit of this with the hair brush. Now for the nose. I'm going to put one of these in. Inner nostril in. That was my number 5 or number 11 5mm. Put a little bit of twist on the nostril. Clean the nostril. Yeah, I'm going to have to do something about that eye. All right. So let's get to the quilt. It can clean up a little bit here. Like I said, it's kind of fun, punky over here. And then I want to really get a nice dig in there. And a nice round. Oh, we haven't got to the rope yet. Have to get to the rope, but let's get to the quilt first. Let's get a nice big dig straight in. So we get a nice shadow to separate, almost to the point of it being a second piece that was glued in. Not really, but just a nice separation. Let's separate here. Up over here. Let's get that in there. All right, sorry about that. I had to shut down. I forgot to have a ruler handy. Well, la-di-da to that. So, what do we got here? Two and an eighth. Yeah, 2 1/8. So 2 1/8. So 2 1/8. So that would be 1 1/16. 2 1/8. A little more than. Whoops! Hold on to it. A little more than. Well, hang on to it. Well, it just doesn't want to hang on. So what happens if we did this? That looks almost straight on. Now the other thing too is I didn't want to get too much of a bend because there's a little bend going on here, of course. But I didn't want to. I think this is more straight. Leave the bottom alone. And I think I need to cut just a little more of this off. And a little more of this off. There we go, a little better. Now, what is, so that would make it 1 1/16 for each square, but what's half of that? That would be a half and half right there, a 32nd. Half at 32nd. But hold on there. Slow down there, cowboy. Because here's what we want to do. I just almost, where's my pink pearl? What we want to do, sorry about that. We want to put these little the ends on. Border. No, I get it. So let's put in about this much border. Make sure we have our border in. And it's too bad I didn't design this to be a perfect. And it couldn't be because when you get after done routing it out and roughing it out. Okay, so now that becomes just shy of 1. So if that is just shy of 1, so there's a half and just right there. Half and right there. Oops, where are you? So half. Oh, I went in the wrong direction. Half this way. Just shy of a half. I mean, it doesn't really have to be too perfect. It's just fabric. It's going to kind of bend a little bit. So if we're off by a little bit, it doesn't matter. I mean, I want to try to make it as perfect as possible, because when you kind of willy-nilly, then it just gets worse and worse as you go. But if we get as perfect as we can, or close to, I'm not, oops. All right, now, with that, I wonder if I could do my calipers, would be easier from here on. Let's get, this is the measurement of the block. This way. Therefore, I'm not caring about a border at the bottom. You can if you wish. Should we put a border at the bottom? No, I'm not going to, because I'm not going to put a border at the bottom. You can if you want. And so we got here. And we're putting squares in. You know, I have never put borders at the bottom of the quilt Santas. I've never had. And so now the squares, complete the squares, not the border. Again, you can put anything on. You can carve one of these and put your grandkids' name on there, and make it look like it's one of them quilts that a person quilts letters on there. It is an open slate. This is just very general. You can do one of these. This is, I'm not sure if you would call it a full Ohio Star, what I'm doing. It's in that, it looks like, if you pull out a picture of an Ohio Star quilt pattern, you'll see similar to this. I think there's more to it, but okay, here's how it goes. Now I want to make this, I'm going to make this big. You can shrink this thing down and make smaller ones. I'm going to make this big I guess for the sake of keeping going, or what, but it goes, yeah, it's almost like, because if you look at a hail star, would it be like that? So yeah, it's just a star pattern, simple. And then and as I've mentioned, okay, here, this would be, like I was going to make this yellow, this white, and then this, in fact, when we put the rest out, it will be a midnight blue. And like you might put some white dots in there too, but what's going to happen is when you see these patterns, it gets to a point where you just simply draw, like here to here, here goes to here. Oops. Here goes to here. Whereas here it goes to here. Now, if you would have continued on, like I said, if you had made this smaller and you continued on, then this would form one of these. So you would have this pattern over and over again. So you could take this pattern, like this would meet this, and that's what it would be. You get to that point where your brain just says this is how it goes, but then when you paint it, see, there's the like yellow here, white, and then blue. You could any color you want, or you could have the whole thing white and then dark blue. Now, what I do is I have one of those design maker wood burners, but not everybody has one of those, so take your, it'd probably be enough. Yeah, it would be enough. And now this comes the tedium part, is that you just take your little V, or if you really are good at painting, then you can leave it right here and paint with the pencils. But I like to have this so there'd be a little extra reservoir, so when you put the paint together, and that's what you do. Nice and, oops, I skipped it there. And the same thing, you go diagonal. Now sometimes I go like this. I do all the, since the V is at this angle, I got the V at this angle, then I'll do all of these. So it gets almost to the point of it being brainless. Ta-da, like me, no. Then don't forget the border. Come across. I think I jumped the line there. And the other thing too is, what I've done was, sometimes by mistake, if I did jump, I just simply paint it to what was right and not what I did. Did I get that in there? And of course, you'd have to have a very sharp V. Sharp, tiny V, or you can have a larger V. Now I want to continue on, go to the next block. Or you could have started at the bottom and went all the way to the top. here I think it's more easier to handle one piece at a time. Then we come across and across and across. Oh, we went too far down. One of these, yeah, the reason why is I will have to flip it over because when you get to the bottom, you don't got anything to hold on to. Now this is actually easier than with the heaters. Is, you know, if you never had one of those wood burners, is it goes in and all of a sudden it just kind of takes its own, and even you concentrate and you hold it, it just goes on that in its own path. It's kind of annoying. Or some people who are, especially those who are good wood burners, are able to. But I don't burn. I burn other than burning my initials. Where are you? Oh, my initials and the date and the year. And then I do quilt patterns. That's it. Quilt and name. These. One of these. Oh, did I finish this? I did not finish this. I know. All the way down. Oop. Then one of the. Oop, hold on. I still like these gloves better than my old ones in my old videos with the little rubber spots. And I think he's ready to paint. Maybe a little pink pearl or a little bit of. Also, don't forget to clean. One more thing. Flip it over. Is this. Now you can use the same chisel if you want. In fact, I'm going to get started with the other one first, and doing something like this. Oops. Start at the top and come back. So you're kind of making this into a rope-ish. Rope. Rope. Any size chisel. You can use your little chisel you just used. Come back. Come back. There, so you got yourself a rope. Another there. And take whatever tool to clean those up. You know, if you do have a good feed tool, keep that sharp as you can use that. The blade as a flat chisel. we need to get that border back. I think we might. Some cases. Oh, and then we're going to take pieces off here. Maybe a little more cleaning. Well, in general, we are done, other than the cleaning up. Other than. Maybe a little bit of adjustments. Make sure I got my patterns in. My pattern in. Make sure you wash that. I think the paint will cover. Now I got quite a bit of adjustment to do. And thinking over again. And oh my, lot of these pickings. Lot of pickings. I'm going to fix that eye. I'm going to bring this actually more down. All right, picking. I don't think there's nothing. I mean, the nose didn't turn out as well as I wanted to. But that's it. Like I said, I've got this problem here to work with. That maybe if I use a nice sharp round, and just barrel right on through and pretend like it's a crease that's always been in there. And you're going to have to stick with it. That's my story, and I ain't changing it anymore. Tool marks. That's it. The next time you see it, I'll have it all cleaned up for you. Here's the other one. Now this one, the beard is quite a bit different. I just used a little bit of round tools, and the eye is painted in and not carved in, where on the other hand, all those stars are carved in. You can do that too, is, you know, this being like a white nightshirt and you got blue stars, or blue nightshirt and white stars. Still up in the air as to what I'm going to do with it. And like I said, it is so open. Now you can make this into a regular Santa Claus. Again, with a quilt as a gift, saying, you know, Merry Christmas, you know, daughter, granddaughter, whatever. Or the married couple, or whatever. But again, we'll be back with it all cleaned up. And here we are. We're done with this. I did do some pickings. I'll probably have to do a little more pickings here and again. But at least get to the point where, get to this point here, just to do some pickings and all that kind of stuff. Cleaning it up. Like I said, this is was kind of a weird kind of piece of wood here. did get, I'd like to get this more. Get it more realistic than just kind of, probably have to do that. Getting in there, maybe a little bit more picking, and into the wash he goes. See if we can get this a little cleaner. But all in all, we're done. And there you are.